Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper with Stampin' Up, and it is Sunday night at 8, and we are live on YouTube. If you have not followed me in the past, I have been doing Sunday stamping since pandemic, I guess. Really, that's when I first started doing lives, and we did them on Facebook. With some of the recent changes that Facebook is making, I've decided to go exclusively live here on my YouTube channel. So both Sunday night at 8 and Tuesday morning at 10 will be on YouTube. There'll be no more Facebook Lives. Hey, Betty, good to see you. Hi, Debbie. Hey, Judy, Alberta, Canada. Awesome. How are you doing up in Alberta? Is it good? Is the weather good up there? So we are going to be on YouTube, and I almost hit the Facebook button tonight because it's force of habit, right? That was so funny. I'm like, no, stop myself. Make sure we go live in the right place. But we're going to be playing with ink colors tonight. Hey, Carol Deacon, good to see you. Hi, Jeannie. Yay, you're all following me over. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Oh my goodness. We'll just give it another minute. It's a new world, right? Everybody's over on Facebook going, well, where is she? Hopefully they read the detail in the post. But I'm excited. I'm excited. This is easier for me, and it's easier for some of my followers who don't actually have a Facebook channel and had to come in through Zoom. So this makes it a little bit less convoluted, if you will. Yeah, that sounds like here. That sounds exactly like here, Judy. And windy. Boy, did we have wind today? It worries me about the fires that are far enough away that I'm not seeing it or smelling it, but still close enough that oh my. Plus, it's close to where I went to school, so that's kind of sad. All right. Well, we're going to do a little housekeeping because I have a few things to share with you, and then we're going to be playing with the 25-27 in colors tonight, so that'll be fun. These are the just cards for April. This is the 27th. Happy birthday to my nephew. But these are for the month of April. So you have a few more days to place a minimum $45 product order if you are in the US, and then get the card class for free. You can come to the in-person class, which is the second Tuesday of the month at 3 p.m. So the following month in May. You can do a porch pickup if you're local to me. You can request to have me bring them to the Nest, to the Cozy Craft Nest Retreat House that I own down in Gettysburg. And you are welcome to do them down there. You may not have all the same stamps, etc., but you're going to be able to find a birthday stamp, a thinking of you stamp, a sympathy stamp. So it just might not be that it'll be the exact ones that I used on the cards, but you're welcome to do them down there if A, you're retreating there, or B, you are there for an open craft day. So that would work out for you. And then if you're long distance, we do ask $5 to help cover the mailing costs, right? The packaging and the postage. So that will end on April 30th. And then May 1st, we'll have a whole new grouping of just cards. And they're basic, simple cards. Well, I shouldn't say basic because look, you got a little bit of a fun fold going on here and embellishments and a whole bunch of fun things. But the reason I say basic is you just need a greeting and an inside greeting, right? That's all you need. Everything else is provided for you. Any ribbons, any embellishments, all of that good stuff is included in the card kit. So there you go. A couple other things. Hopefully, if you are on my mailing list, you've received your catalog. If you've not, raise your hand, let me know. We'll see what we can do to make that happen for you because that is going to be going live on May 6th. So a few more days to shop the last chance list stays in place. It's not like when we retired products previously. So if it's on last chance, it's there. We don't know how long till supply runs out or something like that. But then we will be shopping in the brand new catalog, right? Hey, Corinne, thank you. So that's exciting, and there's some good stuff in there, and I've already gotten some that we'll be playing with early on. One thing I do want to mention is I am scheduled for eye surgery on May 5th. It may or may not impact my ability to go live, but I will certainly post because I should go live May 6th, and I may actually be at the follow-up appointment. So I will post if I'm not going to be able to go live after that surgery. And then again on June 2nd, I'll be having the other eye done. So just keep that in mind. If I'm kind of AWOL, it's probably because of the surgery. Who knows? All right. Let's talk about some of the new stuff coming in the catalog, all the new designer papers. If you followed me for a while, you know that I always do a paper share, and that's usually very popular. This time, in addition to the papers that are coming in the annual catalog, I'm including the papers that are launching in the online exclusive launch in May. So there's 8 different papers. I think it comes out to a little over 105 sheets. Let's see. Yep, 108 sheets for $43, all 6x6 sheets. Everything's cut down to 6x6. That makes it easier for mailing. Plus, you get 2 sheets, right, of each pattern. So you can play. You don't have to make a choice between the front or the back. And all of my paper packs are labeled. So it has the item number, the size of the original package of paper, the name of the paper. And then there's also a label that includes the colors of all the papers that are in that particular designer series paper pack. So that is $43. And I have the registration link in the description below the video. So if you're looking for a paper share and you want to give mine a try, I would love that. You just need to register. I think registration is closing on May 5th, but if you register by May 2nd with payment, then you will get an extra little bonus from me. One of the other specialty papers, the Irresistible Designs specialty papers, right? So there you go. That's our paper share. And then perfect time to talk about In Color Club because we're going to be working with the In Colors tonight, right? We have Cloud Cover, Darling Duckling, Secret Sea, Strawberry Slush, and Timid Tiger are our In Colors for 25-27. You might hear a familiar one in there, Strawberry Slush. That's a returning color. I believe it was an In Color before, right? In 15, I think. So that's coming back. And Cloud Cover, I love it, but it's having a problem. It's having a stability problem. So they're still working on it. We don't know yet whether or not we're going to be able to get the Cloud Cover ink. If you've been with Stamping Up for a while, whether as a demonstrator or a customer, you know that we had the same situation a few years back with Purple Posy, and we never were able to stabilize that. So we're hoping that doesn't happen with Cloud Cover, but it might. So I have what's the word I want to use? I don't know. Options. We'll use options. I have options in place for that. If Cloud Cover doesn't become available, you can choose any of the other core colors and the core re-inker. And then you would still get all the rest of the products in the Cloud Cover. And the same way with Strawberry Slush. If you happen to have that color already because you were around when it was In Color the last time and you don't need it, then you can choose another ink pad for Strawberry Slush from the core families. Okay. But you're going to get a pack of cardstock, full pack of cardstock, an ink pad, caveat on Cloud Cover. You'll still get an ink pad. It just might not be that one. The ink refill, the Stampin' Blends, a roll of ribbon, and the In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper. 3 of the months, you're going to get gifts from me. 1 month, you're going to get the package of the 25-27 In Color embellishments. Another month, you're going to get a tabbed sponge, and I meant to grab one to show you, and I didn't. I'm sorry, but basically, it's a quarter of a sponge with a paper tab on it that has the label that says what the color is. Because even though I love our blending brushes, I still reach for our sponges as well, although we don't sell them anymore, so I kind of miss them. But I grab some from other sources and provide those to you so you have a sponge as well. And you're going to get a free PDF with In Color Card Club or In Color Club ideas. Ugh, I can't talk on Sunday night on YouTube apparently. So those free gifts are yours as being a member of the club. The cost for the club is $63 a month. And that does not include long distance postage. That would be an additional $9. So if you are interested in that, again, that registration link is listed below as well. Hey, Janine. Hey, Carol Zeezer. Hey, Melinda. Good to see all of you. Yay, everybody's finding me in my new home. That's awesome. I love it. Okay. So In Colors, let's look at the paper instead of the printout, huh? So let's start with Timid Tiger. So it's a softer orange, if you will, not quite peach parfait from a few years back, and certainly not pumpkin pie. But there is Timid Tiger. This one is Secret Sea. It looks when you first look at it, if you don't have it to compare to anything, it looks like Night of Navy. But let me grab a piece of Night of Navy if I can put my hands on it quickly, and I'll show you the difference. So Night of Navy is much bluer. This gives off really deep green tones to me, right? So that's what Night of Navy looks like against it. And then let me show you paper pumpkin. Ooh, let me show you pumpkin pie, if I can put my hands on that. Well, here's Calypso Coral, so we'll show you that against Timid Tiger. Let's move this guy out of the way. So definitely a whole different orange color happening there. Here's paper pumpkin. No, Lori, it's pumpkin pie. And there's the pumpkin pie. So like I said, much softer, right? But you can see how those colors will work very nicely together. All right, so let me get this one out of the way so we're not confusing ourselves. And then that one was Timid Tiger. And then here's Cloud Cover, which I love. Love, love, love. I'm hoping that ink comes through, but if not, we'll have the cardstock. We'll have Night of Navy is currently unavailable. Fantastic. Oh my. We'll have the cardstock, we'll have ribbon, we'll have designer paper, should have Stampin' blends, and of course we'll have the markers, the Stampin' Right markers if you're interested in those. This is a grayer soft sea, no, not soft sea foam. What was that? Seaside Spray. I loved Seaside Spray too. And it really doesn't compare to anything else that we currently have. Maybe a grayer, lighter shade of boho blue that's retired. And that has sold out already because that's my logo color down at the retreat house. So I was sad, but I did find 2 packs, so I'm happy. Darling Duckling. That is a greenish yellow. Okay. Let's hold that against Daffodil and Lemon Lolly so you can see what that looks like. There's Lemon Lolly. And here is Daffodil. Very different. And I think when you lay them beside each other like that, you can see the green undertones coming through on the Darling Duckling, yes. All right, and then the last one is the Strawberry Slush, which is our returning color. Oops. So that's a nice pink. And let's see. We'll bring out Flirty Flamingo. And if I can get my hands on it here, we've got Melon Mambo. So it's kind of funny until you see them in comparative family colors. I don't think you see that true color. Like if I was looking at that with nothing beside it, I would go, oh, that's pretty close to Melon Mambo. It's really not. It's really not. And it's not anywhere near Flirty Flamingo, right? So there you go. Those are the 5 new 2025, 2027 in colors. And want to see it beside any of them beside anything else? Or are we good? We're going to stamp if we're good. I always have to give you a beat because I know it, because I'm coming in through Zoom, it runs about 10 seconds behind. So I think they make a nice assortment together though, right? I think they look really nice together. Okay. Well, then we're going to stamp. And if you watched my YouTube live from Tuesday, I kind of did that beginner to avid crafter effect. I didn't intend to do that tonight, but it must still be in my brain somewhere because it's kind of the way it's going to turn out here. So we're going to start with Timid Tiger and Cloud Cover. Simple card, cute card. It's a birthday card. You can make this any kind of card that you wanted to. So there's our Timid Tiger base. There's our inside. Here's cloud cover. I think they work really nicely together. I love pairing the ink colors together too to kind of get a effect of what they're going to look like. And then, okay, here's what not to do. So I just stacked everything tonight rather than getting boxes out. This I had not used this layers of beauty stamp before, so it wants to stick. But we got it. All right, and then here's our Timid Tiger ink pad. And we are going to stamp happy birthday. This happy birthday is from the Beautiful Butterfly stamp set, which we all know and love. And I'm really trying to stay in camera, but the glare is so magnified at this point that it is hard for me to do that. Okay, so there's our happy birthday. This is a card when your husband comes home and says, I need a card to take to work with me in an hour, right? And you're like, what? Now, probably if you're like me, you've got a stash. But if you've got to create something really quickly, this is a simple and pretty, and you can do this with any background image, right? Here we go. And then I'm going to grab a scrap piece of paper and we're going to stamp the big background stamp, which is the Layers of Beauty focal image. We'll ink that up really well. And do my best to get that centered, even though your hand has to be really big for this big block, right? There we go. I should have my, oh, I do. I do. Holy, right here. Maybe if I can grab it. Okay. So this lets me get a little bit more pressure. I have reconnected with an old friend that owns a stamp store close to me, and she creates these. It's just a piece of felt on a wood block. So it works really well. In my other station, I have a chalkboard eraser that works really well too to apply the pressure. So we're done with that. We'll move that out of the way. And this is a card that you could do using the cloud cover and the alternate bases, right? Because I think cloud cover is one of those, even though it's a blue, a gray blue, it's a neutral color in comparison to the others. So you could do this card in all, I'm going to say 4 colors right now, and still use the same layout, just change your ink color and your card base color. And again, this is for the beginner, so we're not getting real fancy, but we are going to add some bumblebees. Which I think these are on back order right now too, or not available as the case may be. We're going to grab our liquid glue, add a dot there, add a dot there. I'll start with those 2. And getting them out of the kit so that they're not upside down is always a blessing, right? Or out of the container, I should say, not the kit. There we go. We're going to slide him a little closer. That's the joy of the liquid glue. We can make some adaptations as we need to. And then we're going to add our third one right up here. And I'm telling you, if you do not have the take your pick tool and you're working with these little bumblebees, Let me make your life easier and suggest you get yourself a take your pick tool. I try to think about prior to the days of take your pick what I used. And I can't really come up with anything. I don't remember. Probably scissors, right? And then one of my favorite new stamp sets that's coming. It's not available yet, but it is the Right Words stamp set. This has a lot of great greetings in it for a lot of different occasions. And it is in the annual catalog. So you'll be able to find that in there. I don't have the page number. I apologize. But you will be able to find it in there. And then again, I'm staying very consistent with my ink color. Everything is going to be Timid Tiger. And I knew it even as I set it down. Oh, and that's got a mess on it. So let me grab another one. Do you do that? Do you have a stack of inserts sitting beside you? If not, there's a little tip to save you time when you're designing or creating cards is to cut. I used to cut a whole pack of paper. Actually, my mother used to cut a whole pack of paper for me into the inserts because between my classes and my clubs and all of those events and doing the lives, I would go through a pack of inserts almost every month. So it does save time rather than stopping and cutting that because typically, and there's always going to be the one-offs, right? But typically your insert is the same color. And that little floral image that I just stamped is also from the Layering Beauty stamp set. Okay, this one. Okay. Well, that's a little crooked, but it's better than the other one, so we're going with it. I just looked at it and I'm like, okay, nice. It's not horrible. All right, so beginners project. If you're new to stamping, this is a great way to get your feet wet and adds just one monocolor to the card. Thank you, ma'am. Page 89. Hey, Thelma, good to see you. The putty won't stay in the tool. Well, when you put a new one on, I think sometimes it eases out. But I just scrape that off, even with the nose of the applicator, and then usually after the initial ooze, if you will, it doesn't keep oozing. Do you have one that's keeping oozing? Really? I've had it do it, like I said, when I first put it on, but I haven't. Huh. It probably has something to do with atmospheric pressure, but I can't tell you how to fix that. But if you're really losing a lot of it, then you might want to give SU a call. Okay, so there was project number one. Let me do something here 1 second, quick. And then the next one is gonna be for the casual stamper. Somebody that's not crazy, like those of us that have been doing this for it's going to be 22 years. Oh, it won't stay screwed in. I would definitely call Stamping Up. It sounds like maybe your refill. Was it the refill that was in the package, or was it an add-on purchase of refill? Okay, we are going to move on to our second card. Again, this is more for the casual stamper. Yes, Carol, I have one here with your name on it. Maybe you weren't on the day I said that, but yes, I do have catalogs here for my locals. All you need to do is let me know when you're coming, and I'll put it in the tote on the porch. Yeah, that's what I just gathered. Add-on refill. Okay, then I would call SU for sure because I actually had that a couple years back. For some reason, the refill would not go into my take your pick tool, and I'm not sure. Thelma, didn't you have that problem too? I feel like you did because I feel like I swapped one out for you. I could be wrong. Okay, so we are playing with Secret C, and we're going to see what Secret C looks like because when I designed this card, I did not have the ink pad yet. So I used Night of Navy, which my eyes cannot tell the difference. I'm not sure if you all can or not, but with Lost Lagoon, I think it came out really nice, and it's a great masculine card and a really nice Father's Day card, right? So I have the Secret C, which I have embossed with the So Swirly embossing folder. That's the sky. Okay. And we're just going to mount that right here on the side. Oh, I didn't fix this, did I? I did not. Oh, okay, guys, you're going on an adventure with me. Are you ready? I might need some help because I've um never used Seal Plus. And I'm afraid to do it live for the first time, but what the heck, right? We're all friends here. You'll help me. I am a regular seal girl 100% of the time, but this is the refill that's laying next to me. So here we go. And I probably want to start it on something, don't I? Okay. All right. So we are going to mount this. I'm going to make sure I had the deboss side up to add the, oh, see? Yeah. Nope. Nope. Okay. We're going to go grab a regular refill. I know those of you that love that product, and I'm so happy. And I know lots of scrapbookers love it, but it's not my friend. So maybe I'll practice a little more when I'm not live with you all. But yeah, this was not working for me. Oh, there we go. Okay. So we're just going to add that to the side. And then again, I'm bringing that cloud cover in. Again, I think it looks beautiful with those two colors. Awesome, Carol. Yep, I can do that. I'll make sure one's out there for you. And then we're going to bring in another layer of Secret C. I almost said Night of Navy because in my head, that's what it is. And then I have the lighthouse from the framed scenes. And this is a little sneak peek because I think I'm working with these on Tuesday here on YouTube. Now that'll be at 10 o'clock in the morning, not at night. 10 o'clock at night, I'm pretty much, I might still be working, but it's like sitting in the chair typing up a PDF or something, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and stamp this closer to the top. So we have room for our greeting underneath. I'm hoping not only in improving my sight and my color vision that this is going to take me back to the days where I could stamp straight without even really thinking about it. All right. So remember, this is Night of Navy. We're going to stamp it in Secret C since I've got the ink pads now. Happy Father's Day comes from our trusty tools, which has been around for a while, right? That's a great masculine set, especially if you have a handy father in your life. All right, let's lay it up here beside and see what we think. It's darker, but it might just be because it's a newer ink pad. What do you think? I think it's pretty close. I really think it's not until you lay the two colors beside each other that you can see the difference. And I can't see that laying on the table at all. So let's give me a fighting chance, right? There we go. But that, I mean, I really, really am hoping we get to see and play with the cloud cover ink, but the cardstock itself is going to be a favorite, I can tell. And like I said, it is light enough that it can be a neutral or it can be the star of the show and be a color, right? Now, if as a casual stamper you wanted to jazz that up a little bit, you could add some bling, right? Back into the secret C. And we're going to put in the greeting, "You're the most awesome," from that same Trusty Tools stamp set. Uh-oh. Oh dear. That stamp is loose. If you have stamps that are losing their stickiness, if you will, to stick to your blocks because they're so well loved and just you use them a lot, they pick up the oils from your hands and the oils off the blocks and all of that. Couple things I can suggest. One is have baby wipes handy. You can always wipe the back of the stamp down, and that will help it to stick better to the block moving forward. You can also wash it with just, delicate, not delicate, but a little bit of dish soap and water. And then make sure it's nice and dry before you try to adhere it to the block. So both of those things will help you get longer life out of them. If they're really old and they're just giving up the ghost and nothing's working, and it's photopolymer, you could maybe grab a glue dot, stick it on your block, and then mount the stamp on top of the glue dot so that helps hold it in place. Yeah, I like the secret C too. Oh no, that's bad. That's bad. We fortunately we can use the trusty tools for my father-in-law, so we're good there. Okay, let's go ahead and finish our card. I believe this is the one that's missing the inside. And I smudged that, so I'll be tearing that out and replacing it. And there we go. So again, a little bit more. We've done a little embossing on it, stepped it up a notch with that. But again, this is very quick and easy card to put together for the casual stamper. This is our beginning stamper. And now we'll go to our avid stamper, which for sure defines me. And probably a few of you that I know. All right. So we're using Darling Duckling and Strawberry Slush are the two in colors we're using on here. So we will have used all the in colors tonight. The Timid Tiger and the Cloud Cover and the Secret Sea, the Darling Duckling, and our returning Strawberry Slush. This is going to be a fun fold. There it is. I'm like, I'd love to show you the card. Okay, so here's our card. It's an easy fun fold, but definitely takes it up a notch, right? Some of our new designer series papers. This one I believe is, I'm looking real quick here. I think this one is the Floral Impressions. And we're just going to mount that to the front sections. But it has those colors, right? It has, oh no, we're going to mount it to Granny Apple Green first. I'm like, that doesn't look right. mount it to Granny Apple Green, and then to the Darling Duckling. I give SU credit. They get the redundant, not the redundancy, what's the word I want? Where the two words all start with the same letter, right? That's been doing that since I've been around and probably since the beginning of the organization. All right, now we can mount them to our front flaps. Granny Apple Green is a color that I rarely use. I have already burnt through, just with pre-order, burnt through an entire package of Granny Apple Green, and I just ordered 3 more with the free shipping. Thank you to those of you that ordered. I appreciate that. And it was a great time to stock up on the cardstock that's going up in price. So hopefully you took advantage. If you didn't shop with me, you took advantage of that with someone else. All right. Spotlight on Nature, and I meant to check today. I know the stamp set is gone, but I am using it tonight. I don't know if the dies are gone. Does anybody know? We're going to stamp in Memento because we're going to color with our blends. And I don't, of course, have strawberry blends because, or strawberry slush blends, because back when it was an in color before, we didn't have Stampin' blends. So that'll be a brand new product that you'll be able to get. And if you're a member of the club, it's one of the ones that comes with your membership in the In Color Club. I am sad about Spotlight in Nature. The dies, or the circle dies, are fabulous. Not a big fan of the other die set that is available to us, the circle die set, but I did love these, so I'm kind of hoping they stick around for a while. All right, so I'm using Pretty in Pink with Strawberry Slush. Of course, Pretty in Pink is also, I just realized that the pinks are coming back, man. It's also a returned color. Now, it was a core color. Now it is an in color, but it was a core color many years ago. Were you around when Pretty in Pink was a core color? That was the light. I'm just going to come back in with the dark and add a little more detail there. Very subtle when you use tone on tone. I think my sweet husband is up cleaning up the kitchen from dinner while I'm with all of you. How about we hang out every night? Just kidding. And we're going to do the same thing with the Granny Apple Green. Going to start with the light. And then we'll do the leaves. One of the corporate guys was telling dad jokes when we were out in Raleigh. And I'm sitting here trying to come up with any of them. And he told a ton of them. And I can't, they're in my phone. I wrote them down because I wanted to share them with Rick because he thinks he's a funny guy. And sometimes he is. But I can't think of one of them. And I need to be doing, and I'm not singing. Trust me, you don't want me to be singing. But something, because it's like watching paint dry when someone is coloring on a live, right? So any of you got a good joke you can put in the comments? Okay. It's not a hard image to color, just takes a little bit of time. Are you wondering about this? I broke the nail back the whole way into the bed. And when I went and got my nails done, I said, no, it'll grow. Just let it go. It'll come back. I don't want anything put on. So that's why it's a naked nail right now. I go tomorrow. It's probably long enough for her to add polish to it this time. But let me tell you, it was not. It was back and it hurt. And you're so used to having a nail on your finger that every time I would reach for something, I'd hit that fingertip and it was not pleasant. There is our happy birthday. Yes, I stamped the happy birthday before we went live because I knew I wasn't going to hit that the first try, and it took me 3, but that's okay. Let's bring this in. This is our inside, and we're going to use that same greeting. Did I use that on the first card? I think I did, right? This is the greeting from the Right Words, because right now I'm having an issue trying to get birthday greetings. I don't have a lot of them right now. I will when the new catalog goes live. Okay, good. Yes, it was the spotlight on nature. Yes. I don't even know what the sip suite is. What's the sip suite, Corinne? I'm going to try to get this straight and on camera, no less, right? But there's no guarantee. Yeah, I think we did it that time. Good. I'm glad. Well, hopefully they're going to stick around, right? Like maybe they let the stamp set go and they keep the dies around for a while. We're going to mount that to stay consistent with our card front onto a layer of Granny Apple Green. That's going to go on the inside of the card. And I lined everything up nice and neatly at the bottom and the top. So when we put our circle on, we're only going to put adhesive on the left side. I know that is common sense or whatever, but I don't know about you guys, but I have frequently put adhesive when I'm trying to do a fun fold somewhere where it didn't belong, right? Crazy, I know. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes, the gold mesh ribbon. Yep, I gotcha. I gotcha. All right, so I stamped my flowers a little too high, but we're just going to bring it in like that. And again, just on the left side so I don't seal the card closed. And we're just going to bring it in and line the edge up with the edge of the liner behind the inside white piece. And then I have these beautiful new strawberry slush and pretty in pink gems. These are an online exclusive. You'll see I've started labeling things because I can't keep track. And this way I know which direction to go when someone says, where do I find that? Let me help you. Let me help me first so I can help you, right? Yeah, aren't they good for spring? I know, I know, I know. Uh-huh. Yes, Janine. Janine and I get to stamp a lot together, which I love. So I'm probably going to change up where I'm putting, I'm going to use the other end, where I'm putting gems too here a little bit to accommodate where I stamped that flower. We're going to put one over there. Or perhaps we're going to put it on my finger. I'm not sure how that happened. There we go. And then we're going to get a dark one down here somewhere. There. I'm like, well, one's got to be missing because I used it. And I'm going to put that one right here. And then one of our very light ones at the very top. Okay. And actually, I put one in there too. So let's do that. Let's put that one right there. Okay. So there are our 3 in color clubs. We used every color tonight. Let me pull the other ones back in. We'll show you the one that has the stamped image correct. So the Father's Day card, quick and easy, but you know what? You could add some masculine gems, something from the natural gems, the embellishments, or I think the metallic gems are still available. They're one of my favorites for masculine cards. I actually just bought another pack, I think. Excuse me, because I wanted to make sure I didn't run out. So this is Lost Lagoon, which is a core color with Cloud Cover and Secret Sea. Okay. Here is Cloud Cover with Timid Tiger. And then here is Strawberry Slush with Darling Duckling and accent with Granny Apple Green. Which in color is your favorite? Do you have a favorite yet? Probably not, because you haven't been able to play with them, right? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like them. Let's slide that up a little bit. I don't know how my camera gets moved around, but it really does. You gotta like zip tie it in place or something. You have a favorite yet? I'm sure there's lots of us out there stamping with these colors, right? That you're getting to see all different kinds of special projects. Oh, the stamps are available too, Melinda. Well, that might be in Canada, but they might be sold out in the US. I don't know. Because I swear I saw them on the actual discontinued list. But maybe it was a mistake. You like the duckling? You like this card, but you like the duckling color? Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, it is going to be hard to decide. And I don't know. I think they're all going to get used a lot. New colors are always fun to play with, and we tend to gravitate towards them as we start designing because it's like, oh, I haven't tried that yet. I haven't tried that color combination. So, all right. Well, we'll keep our fingers crossed that Cloud Cover comes in the ink, but I won't be surprised if it doesn't. And as I said, if you are joining my in color club, you'll have the option to pick a different color from the core colors. And the same way with Strawberry Slush. If that's something that you already own because you were around when it was an in color the last time, then you can choose a core color from that for that as well. So, all right. Thank you so much for tuning in to our first Sunday stamping on YouTube. It was fun. And I'll be live Tuesday morning at 10 here again. I think we're going to use this framed scene set that we played with the lighthouse tonight. That one's going to be a little more intense. There's going to be some different forms of coloring and things like that in it. So hopefully I'll have that all pulled together for Tuesday. And then I plan to be back here Sunday night, assuming the drops don't mess with my eyes because I have to put drops in because I had surgery then Monday morning. But if that happens, I will be posting. I don't think there's a way for me to post on YouTube. I have to research that to say, hey, I'm not going to be live tonight, but I'll definitely be posting over on my Facebook page if I'm not able to go live at any point over the next couple of weeks as I go through the surgery process. Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great start to your week. Hopefully I'll see you Tuesday right here, and be safe. I appreciate you. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.